Hello, you're watching The Form, and this weekend we've got plenty to talk about domestically. We'll be heading to Arawa Park, Rotorua, with a Group 3 and listed race on the program there. We also have Taranaki in play domestically for the Gallop section, and we've got more Kiwis taking on the Australians. To take us through this action is Aidan Rodley and Leith Innes. Good morning, team, and let's have a look what's coming up on the agenda. We'll be starting with our Rotorua preview, the new Plymouth preview as well. Nice races on the card there, including the Open. Our racetrackers, Kiwis and Oz preview, we see Molly Bloom step out for the first time. Group 1 action at Addington as well on Friday night, and our best bets will round out the show. It is a Rotorua Cup day this weekend, so my opportunity, Leith, to ask you what's our weather and track going to be like on Saturday?
It looks a little bit cold down there, Pip, at the moment. -1 in the mornings, but the best thing in it's going to be nice, fine weather, and the track, probably stay in that soft range, but the rail's in the true position. So, it should be nice day's racing.
That's what you want to hear if you're looking for an okay track as we check out the market for the first race we want to touch on, and it is the Group 3, the Rotorua ITM Stakes over the 1400 metres. La Creek is your favourite at $3.20, clearly heads the betting from Carmen Lion, the 3-year-old Unstoppable at $8, along with Mary Shan at $9 and in preview at $9.50. Let's take you back to La Creek, a Group 1 winner. It was great to see her back in winning form. Aidan, what did you make of her recent trial?
It was superb. We take you back to her second Group 1 win. Of course, she'd won an Arrowfield stud plate on a rain-affected track at Matamata to get her first Group 1. This also on a soft track at Otaki, where she's just able to defy Agon and some pretty good ones, the likes of Desert Lightning in behind as well. Her trial leading into this was very good. And we went and saw her on Tuesday morning and just saw her at the training track. She looked great. She's in very good order. And man, she was just moving fluently. We saw her gallop under Daniel Hayne, and that was first class. Just great to see her back into this type of race, Leith, and off the back of that trial, she'll be primed to go.
Yeah, obviously, in the past she's had a few little niggling little problems. Look, she really loves that soft track. She's had 9 starts for 5 wins now, and look, being an older mare, she's pretty well weighted at Weight for Age this week.
Yeah, she's only lightly tried, and she does look really well primed for this race. Potentially the dangers are out of the Wexford stable, including Carmen Lion, who was really good at Te Rapa last time out. She's won 2 of 17. Of course, she's had another win that's been taken off her as well. Masa Hachizumi's in very good form, and not a bad run from Fontaine behind. But Carmen Lion's the type of mare who does look suited to a race like this, Lee.
Yeah, especially over 1400 metres. They rode it pretty handy, and she only just got pipped on the post. So, look, barrier 10, they might just sort of go back from the draw a little bit. They've got another horse in there, Unstoppable, that looks probably the natural leader in the race. So I'm sure she'll be hitting the line late.
You want to have a look at Unstoppable, because this was a really good win. 3-year-old stepping up to Weight for Age in the mares. And obviously this is a really nice field. A couple of good horses in behind, and Penda Bell, who's already been 3 times Group 1 placed. You've got a really nice run from Mary Shan. She just got going too late. But certainly the best part of her race was late. How did the 3-year-old stack up here for you, Lee?
Yeah, I thought Mary Sham was really a top run out of the race. Obviously, she was drawing barrier 14, and they had to ride it a little bit quiet. Look, Sam had it pretty easy in front, and she sort of just snuck that break halfway down the straight, and she was pretty hard to catch. But yeah, I really like what I saw out of Mary Shan.
Yeah, there seems to be enough speed in this race, though, doesn't it? I don't think Unstoppable was going to get the same easy type of lead that we did see at Te Rapa, although in saying that, it was a really top performance. Some really nice horses heading towards this year's Rotorua Stakes, but there's a Class 1 right at the top, and that's La Creek. I think she picks herself. She's getting ready for a Brisbane campaign. She turns up in anywhere near her best form, and I think she's winning this. Leith, are you in the same boat?
Yeah, obviously La Creek's awfully hard to beat. She's gifted at the weights, been a Weight for Age race, and I've just gone for Mary Shan. She's a really good 3-year-old. Craig Grills knows her well. He's run her 9 starts, last 9 starts. I just think she's a great each way chance at sort of 9s and that $3.
And we saw Andrew Forsman pick up the race last season with the same play, a 3-year-old in the field in Wessex. As we move on to the Rotorua Cup now, it is the Campbell Infrastructure. The Fearless One heads the betting in a very open market, $6.50. For Robbie Patterson, you've got Val d'Isoldo there for Tony Pike at $6.50, Prince Albie at $8. Then you're getting to LJ Enright and Bella Waters. Take you back to Robbie Patterson's charge here, the Fearless One. And again, Aidan, this was a brave run because sat 3 wide pretty much the whole way.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a run 2 starts back and behind Lightning Jack, who actually was a nomination for this but didn't pay up. Kelvin Tyler will still be represented though with Prince Albie in the race. Yeah, the form's very good. Don't forget about this horse last year in Brisbane. This is the key for mine. Was running 3rd in the Group 3 Premier's Cup before going on to a Brisbane Cup. No doubt he's got the quality. Just it's such an open race, Leith.
Yeah, it's a very strong race. Look, he's gifted at the weights as well. Like you said, yeah, last year he ran nearly favourite in the Brisbane Cup, so he's got plenty of class on the side, and look, that soft range of track's going to suit him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of decent quality stayers in here with non-claiming apprentices. One of those being Prince Albie. They've opted for Tristan Moodley to ride. He's a 3 kilogram claimer but doesn't get to claim. Ran really well for second and behind all of who goes around at New Plymouth this weekend. This at Wanganui last time out, and going back 4 and 3 starts he was winning. No problems at all about a rain affected track, and he's got a bit of class about him. I'm just a little bit wary about the inexperienced jockey here, Lee.
Yeah, I think just the lack of riders. You know, you've got a few other top jockeys. 54's it gets a little bit harder in the winter months, and look, Prince Albie's been going really good honest races. Yeah, LJ was okay in the race as well, I thought.
Yeah, LJ was really good, and again, that's another case of a non-claiming claimer aboard, although LJ's got a tricky barrier draw going really nicely though. We get to Val d'Isoldo because this is coming out of Group 2 form, out of a Travis Stakes, and a really nice run for 4th in this. Drops 4 kilograms, and before that ran a luckless 4th in the 1 or 2 breeders as well. Here's a horse who was winning a Group 2 Lowland Stakes last year. Leith, undoubtedly she's got the class. How does she match up for you?
Look, she was a little bit unlucky here. Billy Pin's iron, the pin came out of his iron, of his lever, and look, the last sort of 100 metres he was riding with 1 foot in the iron and 1 sort of sitting down. So I'm not saying if that didn't happen that she would have won, but she would have been a lot closer than she was in the finish. You know, Billy's done a great job to stay on the mare, really. So look, she hasn't had much go right so far, and look, she's got 53 kilos, Cozzy on natural lightweight. There's a bit to like about her. She's an on-speed runner as well.
Yeah, just got caught in behind runners at Trentham as well when you know, she was definitely a winning chance too. Sporting Chance going well, was a winner a couple of starts back before this 3rd placing at Otaki last time out. Beats home Elegant Lady and Prince Albie, who are race rivals in this. This was in the Testify Me race. Joe Doyle does the riding from a good barrier of 4. There's upside around here, especially when we get the form guides through the likes of Prince Albie here, Lee.
Yeah, he's been going really well. Good, honest races. He's, you know, this is a pretty strong field, this race as well. Testify. Elegant Lady was good as well in the race. She was really unlucky 2 starts ago at Riccarton.
Yeah, tough race to work out. For mine, I'm just going to go with the experience of a senior jockey on a lightweight horse, and for me that's the Fearless One. I think Craig Grills is beautifully placed aboard this horse, and for mine, you bring into account what he was doing in Queensland last year, and he's a big factor. But Leith, you know, you can throw darts everywhere, and whichever one lands with the most pins in it, that's the one I'd be going for.
Yeah, I'm sort of a little bit surprised you didn't sort of get Michael or one of your other jockeys on LJ. You know, 55 kilos. Surely you got Mr. Myers' number, but I like LJ this week. I reckon he's a great chance at $9, sort of $3 a place. He's got a tricky gait, but I'm just a little bit of timing about him, and 55 kilos, I think he can win on Saturday. And
that's what the guys are liking in the Rotorua Cup. Don't forget too, the bonus back in play at Rotorua across the first 4 races, and also Caulfield and the Sunshine Coast. Our second domestic venue on the weekend is New Plymouth. Aidan, what's the weather and track conditions looking like over there?
Yeah, well, I'll have to get my phone off some of those trainers' numbers to get onto the Met service. But actually, in Taradise, actually looking pretty good. Lots of wind on Thursday, which could actually end up just drying the track a little bit. Very similar to Rotorua, though, in that we're going to have a sort of frosty start to Friday and Saturday. It should be nigh on ideal, but just the same sort of thing as Leith. I don't really expect the track to be improving too much unless that wind really does come into play.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the Open 1400 metres. It's the first race we want to highlight. It's small, but there's quality in it. Headed by Sumi at $2.15, Rocker Baby at $2.90, and then you're getting out to see Jets at $5.50. Let's have a look at the favourite. We'll take you back to Sumi last time out at Te Rapa. What did you make of this run, Aidan?
Yeah, really nice run. It's in behind Carmen Line, who goes around in the feature there. Rotorua has beaten home Samoa, who's come out of this race and won since. The prior start had beaten Freeze Frame, who actually ends up winning this race. She is just beautifully placed on the minimum in this race, and small field. I think she's awfully hard to beat, Leith.
Yeah, look, she was just a weight spread last time, got her. Freeze Frame got her on the post. You see her pass the line, she was in front again, so she's going super. She loves the track there as well. She's won 4 times there. Yeah,
next one we're going to have a look at is Rocker Baby. Go right down the bottom of the page, and not a big page here either, just the 5 runners, and a mare who's got undoubted ability. You remember from her early days in which she was winning stakes races as a 3-year-old, racing well in the best of 3-year-old company. I thought she should have showed she was coming back to that best form with this last start second, in behind a pretty handy one, and We Will Rock. But the run had plenty of merit, Lee.
Yeah, look, she's improving. A little bit of a question mark at the 1400 metres. She's only had 1 start on the track, but yeah, it's only a small field, so I can't see them going overly hard, so she should probably maybe even posse outside the leader.
Yeah, she's probably the danger though too, Sumi, who to me looks a standout in a small field. That should help our chances. We only have 4 runners to pick to lose, so I'm going with Sumi. Leith, how about you?
Yeah, look, I thought she was a bet of the week, just about. The odds surge, you're getting $2.40 as well, so look, she's won 3 times at Taranaki, and she loves the distance, home track. A lot to like about her this week.
You go, both the team with Sumi. As we move on to the landmark homes over the 1800 metres, where Orlov heads the betting at $3.70 with Al Jumala. Then you've got White Noise at $4.80, and Posa, of course, won last year's Rotorua Cup, heads to New Plymouth this season at $8. Let's take you back to Orlov winning last time out at Whanganui. What did you make of this, Aidan, and the runs behind?
Yep, we've seen this video earlier when we were highlighting the likes of Prince Albie and LJ. The run very good. In behind, Very Flash has gone okay. Soldier Boy's been okay, and Regal Dice hasn't been too bad in behind them. But this is the second win in the last 4 starts for Orlov, who just isn't a purple patch of form. And he strikes this race not too bad either, Lee.
Yeah, he gets in it good at the handicap as well. He's only got 55.5. Kate Hercock on this week. But like you said, he's in a good patch of form. You know he's going to get the track conditions. 1800 metres might be a little bit short of his best though, but he does look hard to beat this week.
Yeah, we spoke about Sumi having a great chance in the earlier race. Ashwin Gundasamy does that riding. He's got a chance of picking up the featured double with Al Jumala. This horse is coming back from the Canterbury Gold Cup when he just, she just wasn't at her best that day. But prior to that, she'd been racing really well with a couple of wins, a couple of minor placings, including this second and behind Apostrophe. And that form line looks really good now, seeing what Apostrophe's gone on to do at Te Rapa, Lee.
Yeah, exactly, and the best thing about it, she's raced at the track there at New Plymouth 6 times. She's won 3 of them, so you know, Robbie Patterson, home track horse, lot to like about her.
Yeah, I like a lot here. I just thought she was in the right sort of spot to be really competitive. It's not just an open and shut case this, but I have gone with Jumala on top. Leith, how about you? Who's your top selection?
Yeah, definitely Jumala's hard to beat. I've sort of gone for Soldier Boy. I sort of landed on him, sort of $10, $3 a place in a small field. 54 kilo CL Battler. I think the blinkers are off this week as well. It might just spark him up a little bit.
There you go, the guys with differing opinions in our other feature out of Taranaki. And don't forget, Lisa already mentioned it around Sumi, but every race there has the odds surge too. So get involved with that. The first race just past 12:15, trackside 1. Time for race trackers. Note these down in your black book on the new TAB website. Leith, we'll start with you. Who have you found?
Look, I'm going to take you back to Ruakaka, Latrell. Very unlucky. Probably should have maybe won. It just had no luck at all the whole way up the straight. We're still looking for a run. I've actually done a bit of work for A-Rod this week, and I've got Michael on it again at Wellington next Saturday in a 65-mile race, Pip. So Michael knows Latrell well now, so I think the big roomy track at Wellington's definitely going to suit her.
Are you getting a riding fee for that?
I'm on 10%, I'm sure.
Oh dear, he's always skimming mine, Pip. I've got to say, I found one out of Riccarton. I thought the run of the first two home in this race were both very good. It's a race that I thought probably favoured those on speed to a large extent, but the first two, Ocean Light and this horse, Our Millie B, get home strongly. Ocean Light was very good on the clock as well, but Our Millie B's run the second quickest sectionals and stays in this grade. There's a good race coming up in a couple of weeks' time, a 65 2000. I'm not too sure whether that's where they're going or not, but we're very hard to beat wherever they step out next.
And I'm going to take you back to Te Rapa last Saturday. Aquarillo here, again, just no luck. You can see Michael trying to get a gap on him for Tony Pike. Finally does get clear air in the last kind of 100 metres of the race and flashes into second and behind Wild West. So I think one really to follow here, Aquarillo as well for Tony Pike. Had actually won in Australia in a maiden before coming back to New Zealand. So looks a nice type that was just unlucky on Saturday. Let's have a look at the summary. You can put these in the black book. Latrell for Leith, Our Millie B for Aidan, and I'm with Aquarillo. Those are our race trackers for the week. We've got more Kiwis over in Australia. This time it's in Queensland. Of course, the Gold Coast meeting at the Sunshine Coast. And we have Molly Bloom running around in the Gold Coast bracelet. She's the favourite, backed into favouritism too, clearly at $2.90. The mover has been Redbreast at $4, along with Firestorm at $4.80. So that's a look at the market. Let's take you back to Molly Bloom and what she can do. She was very good here, Aidan, in the David and Karen Ellis Fillies Classic.
Yeah, absolutely. And before the shed put together a couple of very, very good wins, 1,000 guineas and the 8 Carat Classic. She stepped to 2,000 metres for the first time in this race and was very good in doing it under Joe Doyle. She comes in fresh in a very strong rendition of this Gold Coast bracelet. But just on what we know she's capable of, she's awfully hard to beat. Lee, how did you measure her up in this field?
Yeah, I think look, she's had a couple exhibition gallops. She had a nice quiet trial at Matamata. The best thing about her, she's travelled to Christchurch, and we saw when she won the 1,000 Guineas Group 1. So the travelling's not a problem. This year they had to fly to Sydney and then float to the Gold Coast, to Brisbane, sorry. But look, I think Opie's having his first ride on the filly, so it should be awfully hard to beat.
Yeah, geez, there's some really good fillies up against her, including Waikato Girl, this one bred by Sir Peter Valla, and out of Sintalula. Now, the second horse is Amazonian Lass, who goes around in the Sir Owen Glenn colours. This horse was successful in the Wakeful during Cup Week in Melbourne. Obviously, some really good runs around them, but a couple of pretty high-class fillies coming out of this race, which was the Princess Stakes at Eagle Farm only a couple of weeks ago. Leith, who caught your eye from this?
Yeah, Firestorm. It didn't quite have a clear run. Look, she's too balloted out, but J Max on waiting in the wings. So I just like what I saw here. Mark Duplessis rode on this occasion, and the last sort of 100 metres, she was just started to make a bit of ground. So look, I really like Firestorm. I know she's too balloted out, but J Mac on, barrier 1. There's a little bit of timing about her. I think that Sunshine Coast track was probably staying that sort of soft range, and she can get through the track as well.
Yeah, really nice run from Firestorm, Kiwi bred as well. And we'll also see the Warstep Stakes winner Race Ace go around in this, but I have gone to the top of the book with Molly Bloom. But a really good race, and of course a couple of weeks into the Doomben Roses and a couple of weeks into the Queensland Oaks. Let's hope she can continue stepping up.
Yeah, absolutely. Fingers crossed for the Wexford team as we now move to Mortfortville. We want to take a look at race number 4 on the program. Ken and Helen Smith, South Australian Fillies Classic. Positivity in the market for Andrew Forsman at $2.45. The Autumn Bell at $5.50. And then you've got Zambezi Khan at $7.50. Let's take you back to the South Australian Oaks where Positivity finishes 9th and the Autumn Bell 11th. What did you make of the Kiwi run here, Aidan?
Yeah, pass mark. I think she needs to improve a touch. Obviously, she was terrific in her previous couple in New Zealand, winning the Sunline Bars, beating Kellyanne Farasha, and then running a really good second behind Pulchritudinous in the New Zealand Oaks. She's made good ground up on the inside. I'm not too sure it's the ideal going there either. And Andrew Forsman continuing to roll the dice there in Adelaide. Leith, I'm keen to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I thought it was a better run than it looked on paper as well. Look, she was caught on that no-go zone. They were winning on the inside all day there. Good form out of the race. Coco Sun won the Derby last week, and D Lane gets on this week as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Another Kiwi influence in the race is the former Guy Lowry trained Zambezi Khan, who's been in Melbourne for a fair while these days with Patrick Payne. Did go around also in that Wakeful that we spoke about that was won by Amazonian Lass. So the form's been okay. Was winning at Mildura a couple of starts back before this third placing at Caulfield, and the run had merit, Leith.
Yeah, it did. And look, the best thing about her, she looks like a really one-pace sort of stayer where 2,500 metres this week will definitely suit her. Look, I'm going to go the Andrew Forsman team, Positivity. Look, I thought it was a better run than it looked last start. I know she's been up a little while, but 2,500 metres will suit her. A lot of these horses won't get the distance. I think she'll be awfully hard to beat.
That's what the guys are liking across the Tasman. Good luck to everyone with connections in across there as well. Hopefully we can take the spoils and tune into all the action trackside 1. Yes, we have more Group 1 action for the harness this weekend. This time, though, it's down south at Addington Raceway. So let's take a look at what the weather and track will be on Friday night. Looks like a chance of showers. Strong southerlies for a time, a low of 4 and a high of 14. So a chilly evening for the group feature. As I say hello to you, Craig Thompson. Can't wait for it, though. What a night we've got to look forward to.
Yeah, thanks, Philippa. Looking forward to the action on Friday night. Yeah, Group 1 Sire Stakes night. Of course, the All-Stars got a wonderful record on this race. They won it the last 9 years, and I've got 3 runners in this year's event. Let's have a look at the market and how it's headed up. It's headed up by one of the All-Star runners in Chase a Dream. Now, here's your favourite. Here's last week's winner. He's 210. The big mover in the draws this week is Cold Chisel. He's got barrier number 2. He's at 270. Dreams are free at 8.50 for Nathan Williamson. You get to walk. We walk by faith at 10. And Harrison John for the Dunn team draws the inside at $14. I thought the key video from last week was the heat and what there was a lot of action happening here. So the horse that's parked out is Chase a Dream. I thought stuck to the guns really nicely to win. Horse I'm highlighting is back in the field in the gold cap though. That's Cold Chisel. I thought he really ran the line with a bit of distinction. What he's gone is he's gone 3 weeks between runs to Cambridge and then 3 weeks between Cambridge and Addington in this heat. I think he's peaking at the right time here. He runs over 55-1, 26.6. He couldn't have got any better. He just probably come to the end of it about 50 off the line. As you can see, diving up the inside there, Dreams Are Free. I do like him. I think he's second favourite here and he's my top pick to win the race. So for me, Cold Chisel to beat Chase a Dream. And Dreams Are Free, the top 3 in this year's Group 1. The other feature on the event is the Hydro Flow Country Championship over the 3,200 metres. What a good field this has attracted. Let's have a look at the market. And it's a $3 favourite. And it's headed up by Mwanga. He's the winner of his last 3 starts here. Regan Todd, Robbie Close, $3.20. The big mover here has been Altamidi. He's off the back mark, but he's going great. He's into $3.40. There's Stablemate Beach Flybys at $7. Smoke on the Water, the Country Cup's winner from the North Island for Matt Purvis at $7.50. And Franco Indy from the All-Star Barn, he's at $9.50. The key video I want to show you is from 2 starts ago, and this is in the Superstars. So we've got a Hoka Connor sitting outside Beach Ball, and the horse in the trail is Alta Meteor. Now, not many horses get past a Hoka Corner, but this occasion, Alta Meteor was good enough to do that. Runs past Beach Ball on the inside. Hits the line and hits the line strongly. Now he goes to Rangiora and you look at the form line and think, well, gee, he was only okay at Rangiora. He ran 6, beaten a fair way. But his sectionals out of that race were one of the best out of it. He's run home at 55.9. He's hit the line strongly. Franco Indy came with him. I think he's peaking at the right time and the stable going well. Not easy off 30 metres over 3,200, but there looks a bit of pressure in the race. Multiple moves may get him in there. And I think Johnny Cox and the Telfer team can combine to win our feature, the Country Championships. He's 340, clear top pick for me. Main danger, Mo'unga, Franco Indy and Smoke on the Water. It's a massive night at Addington Raceway Friday night. We're going to have Mark Cooks and Greg O'Connor. Matty Cross calling the action. Looking forward to joining you on Friday.
Thanks, Craig, and don't forget too, the first two races out of Addington, not only for the harness but the greyhounds as well, are bonus back opportunities. So you finish second or third, you'll get that bonus back and bonus cash coming your way up to $50. Don't miss the action. The first race for the harness, 5:10 on Friday. Time for us to throw out our best bets for the weekend. Leith, who's your best this week?
I'm going to take you to Rotorua on Saturday, Pip. Geriatrics, $4.20. Look, his last two runs in the Breeders' Stakes last start, he was over 1,200 metres. He got back. He had the fastest 200 metres in the race. And before that at Wellington, he had the fastest 800, 600, 400 and 200. So, look, Sam Spread on this week. Gate 4, 58 kilos. I think she might just be a fraction handier than he's been. And I think he's a great bet at $4.20.
I'm going to take you well down south. I'm getting you to Riverton on Friday for this horse. I'm a Buster who resumes. I said 10 starts so far for 4 second placings, a third and fourth placings. So placed in 5 of the 10. Blinkers go on for the fresh up run, and Sabin Kirkland, who trains this horse, informs me that he's ready to roll.
We like that confidence, and I'm going to go for a downgrade special. Big Time Tricky. She downgrades out of Class 3 back into C2. She ran a really nice 4th last Friday. I think she can bounce back to winning form down in grade. So Big Time Tricky during the day out of Whanganui. Here's a summary. I'm a Buster for Aidan. Big Time Tricky for myself. Geriatrics for Leith. And Obsession for the Whale. And that concludes the form again for the weekend. Thanks to Leith and Aidan for all of your input. To everyone over the weekend, good luck with chances in and happy punting.